Hi boys and girls. Today is going to be a science lesson on observations. By the end of this lesson, you will have reviewed how to make detailed, specific observations. Remember, observations should be specific. If you can use numbers, it'll make it more exact, or compare an object to something everyone knows. If you add numbers or compare, it's going to give a better picture in the person's mind of what you're describing. For example, the coat has 3 buttons down the front. By adding the number 3 before buttons, I have a more specific picture of what's going on. Or, the box is bigger than a mouse, but smaller than a cat. I've compared the box to 2 objects that most people know the size of, and I have a better idea of the size of the box. Remember, your observation should be detailed. You want to give as much information as possible. A person should be able to picture what you're describing without ever seeing it themselves. For example, if I was to describe the American flag, I might give details like the flag is rectangular. It has 7 red stripes, 6 white stripes, and a blue square in the corner containing 50 white stars. It is made of fabric that is able to be folded. I could go on and even give more details, but you notice I have multiple details. I've included numbers, colors, shape, location. All of those details are going to make the information much clearer. Lastly, remember your observations need to be factual. Avoid opinions. No matter who's observing the object, everyone should agree. So for example, the bird is flying in the air. No matter who's looking up in the sky, they will all see a bird in the air. So let's practice. I'm going to give you some statements about the picture below. Can you figure out which statements are good observations? The person is holding the cat in her arms. Do you think you know if it's a good observation? It is. The person is holding the cat in her arms is a good observation. It's specific. No matter who's looking at the picture, we can all see the cat in her arms. Okay? And I have an idea of where the cat's located. That would be a good, specific, detailed observation. The person is happy. That observation isn't factual. I don't really know if the person's happy. That's more of an opinion or an inference. I do know the person is smiling, and that makes me think they're happy, but I wouldn't know unless I could talk to the person, and since it's a picture, I can't. So the person is happy would not be an observation I'd want to make. The person is smiling. If you said it was a good observation, you'd be correct. I can see the lips are turned upwards in the indication of smiling. That would be a specific, factual observation. The person has black hair that falls past her shoulders. Did you say a good observation? You'd be right. Not only have I been specific and given the color of a hair, I've started to give you a location of it and adding more details. I know how long the hair is by comparing it to a body part. Lastly, the cat has big eyes. If you said that wasn't a good observation, you'd be correct. I can make that a much more specific observation. Big eyes is a little of an opinion. Your big might be different than my big. A better observation would compare the eyes to something else. The cat's eyes are bigger than its ears, or the person's eyes are bigger than the cat's. That would make a better observation. Now I want you to try. Observe the picture below. In your science notebook, record your observations. As a class, we'll look at the observations on Monday. Remember, be specific, be detailed, and be factual. Good luck.